Well, first of all, I was there that night.
Do you have any idea who shot Suge?
I'm pretty sure Suge knows who shot Suge.
Williams, and I'm the U.S. Attorney here in the Southern District of New York. Today I'm announcing the unsealing of a 3-count indictment, charging Sean Combs with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, interstate transportation for prostitution. The indictment alleges that between at least 2008 and the present, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct.
If the current legal situation unfolds the way rumors are swirling, Diddy could indeed be facing life behind bars. After years of allegations, controversy, and speculation, it seems like the chickens have finally come home to roost. The accusations are piling up, and with new evidence and testimonies, it looks grim for Diddy. But it's not just his legacy that's in danger. His entire family, especially his sons, could be living in the shadow of this scandal for the rest of their lives.
You can't do anything right now without talking about Diddy. Diddy is today everywhere. Diddy denied bail after pleading not guilty to sex trafficking crimes. Racketeering charge. The judge ruled that there were no conditions that could ensure public safety due to the private nature of the alleged crimes, emphasizing the weight of the evidence against him. Diddy's legal team plans to appeal. His lawyer saying he is innocent. He's not afraid of the charges. We're going to stand by his side. Diddy offered a $50 million bond, surrendered passport, and proposed home detention, but the USDA deemed him a flight risk with a decades-long history of violence. The indictment alleged Diddy ran a criminal enterprise through his companies using firearms, threats of violence, coercion, and sexual abuse to control victims. Authorities seized freak-off supplies and weapons during raids, revealing disturbing details about Diddy's alleged abuse. They found, apparently they said, what did they find? The amount of stuff they found on the place, which was ridiculous.
100 bottles of baby oil.
50 Cent trolls Diddy and his 1,000 bottles of lube and baby oil found in a federal raid. He took a shot at Diddy after his longtime rival was arrested on sex trafficking and racketeering charges. He says the In the Club rapper 49 posted a picture on Instagram from his appearance on the Drew Barrymore show and made a crack about $1,000 bottles of lubricant and baby oil that were seized by Homeland Security at Combs' home back in March. Here I am looking good company with the Drew Barrymore 50 Cent caption alongside a snap of himself on Drew Barrymore 49. So what do you think about all this stuff, Vinny?
Well, first of all, I mean, dude, it was only a matter of time. How much stuff do we have to see from the past? And I hate when Tom, what's it called? The statute of limitation, when the time...
statute of limitations on certain crimes, once it expires, you cannot be prosecuted.
We saw, besides all the dirty, freaky stuff that we heard, which whatever, he's a freak. We've heard about the rumors from the hip-hop world. But the video of him grabbing that girl, dragging her, beating the hell out of her, and nothing happened to him.
The hotel video.
The hotel video. Wow. So the sex rooms in his mansion.
Cassie, who was his longtime girlfriend.
Yeah, which lingerie, according to federal source, he said that as bad as Epstein, this federal source said. And one of the Department of Homeland Security agents who helped raid Diddy's Florida home claimed that the mogul had rooms that were clearly just dedicated, rooms, plural, for sex. And he said, so if you were in these sex parties, you were being recorded from every possible angle, including angles that you wouldn't even know about because they were hidden. And he said days long, they called them freak-offs, where he drugged up victims and they were allegedly forced to sleep with male prostitutes. I sent you this video. I'm pretty sure you guys have all seen these videos that are just surfacing from Diddy. This is Diddy of him at a party and what he does to his guests at his parties. Check this one out. Look what he does. Look at him, Adam. Is this during the sun? The sun is out.
Ladies and gentlemen, for all those in London that don't know what happens to the white man when he comes to a P. Diddy party, this is what happens to the white man.
Look, that guy is just
so unfortunate. You gotta pull back though, so they can see.
Like you're proud of that?
That's crazy. Matt, move out the way. You're still alive. Look at that. Look. What you get? A drink at his head. And that's James from Simeon Mobile Disco. He's
putting people on blast.
DJs aren't supposed to pass out, but When they come to one of my parties, this is what happens to them. I put him to sleep.
Next day, right?
Yeah.
You put the drink on his head.
Just to let you guys know, just FYI, they're not just coming for Diddy, Pat. Okay, this is, you guys heard it, feds and Homeland Security, okay?
Imagine being Christian Quincy or Justin right now. Their father, once one of the most powerful figures in music and business, might be heading for life in prison. No matter how you cut it, Diddy's potential downfall could leave a permanent stain on the Combs name.
And the last time, the only thing I'm worried about, Tom, not worried, but I mean, it is what it is. He's in this prison, this jail. They're begging for him to come out. One of the reasons the judge won't let him come out is because he's dangerous. He'll have people go after these witnesses. And this is, I'm telling you right now, I wouldn't be surprised if, God forbid, something happens to this guy while he's in prison. Because we've seen people that have these cameras set up in houses and high-profile people that have been recorded. They're panicking right now.
Well, I was looking at interest rates and doing a lot of things the last couple of days. So, no, really. I wasn't diving into the story and reading everything I could on it. But I saw a couple clips yesterday on the Breakfast Club. And the Breakfast Club were talking about this is just the beginning, that there's 2 other big names and like 7 other people that are going to come, that are going to also end up in front of the judge on this.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's crazy. And if this is the way it was operating, then this is finally #MeToo coming to the music industry after it walked through the other side of the media industry and Les Moonves and Harvey Weinstein and everybody had their moment. Now Diddy's going to have his moment, and apparently it's the biggest and most salacious moment of all.
And they're saying his Christina Koram, his Combs chief of staff, she's probably going to be one of the main witnesses in the probe, and she was a huge member of his team. And they're dubbing her online as the Ghislaine Maxwell, the right hand, dubbed as his gatekeeper. So I don't see him. The fact that the judge won't give him the $50 million bail to come out, it's not good.
It's Al Capone's accountant all over again, right? It's somebody close to the big guy.
Yeah. Speaking of Al Capone, I actually have a question for PBD because, there's 2 things that they said in this thing right here. They said he's denied bail after pleading not guilty to sex trafficking.
Yep.
And then the other thing was racketeering charges. We've seen what's going on with the sex trafficking, of that he's in jail. He's literally in jail right now. He's denied bail. Diddy's famous lines, take that, take that. I don't know what's going on in jail right now, but hopefully it's not
he probably loving that, right, Deli?
We'll see what happens there. But the racketeering thing, I mean, you've interviewed Sammy the Bull and Michael Francis, and the list goes on and on and all. The whole RICO charges. The whole concept of racketeering is that you're in an illegitimate business, basically disguising as a real business, but it's actually fraudulent, bribery, extortion, fraud, money laundering, drug trafficking, embezzlement. What's the RICO? What's the racketeering in your opinion of what could potentially be going on with Diddy, just based on everyone you've interviewed?
Well, there's so many categories to it, right? I mean, you get to pick and choose. They get to pick and choose.
Sure.
The way they wrote this law allows them to go after people for different reasons. Okay, you pick and choose which one this is. He's in most of them.
Deal. Let's get right into it. Diddy, he got indicted. You called it, man. A few weeks ago, you was on the platform and you said that he was going to get arrested in September.
Yeah, man. Anybody who in law enforcement or people know the law, when Homeland Security ran up into his house, people will tell you, or people knew that it was just a matter of time that they was going to indict him and bring him in to see the judge, bro. It was just a matter of time. I just figured out with the grand jury and their different sessions and stuff like that, and then what one of the witnesses told me, I just figured it out that it was going to be around September that they were going to bring him in, bro. People might not understand. It's difficult when you see a brother that has so much promise become an icon as far as in the music business and stuff that he did, to turn around and just tear his whole life down. But it's all because of his mentors and the people that trained him and taught him the music business. It's all about the people who trained and taught him the music business, because Puff wasn't he wasn't born a monster. You know what I'm saying? He was made into a monster, brother. Do you understand what I'm saying? He was made into a monster from the stuff that happened to him, the things that he had to do. You understand? The things that he had to do to become who he is. You know what I'm saying? It's like this, brother. You never like something so much that you can't do without, and you never be willing to do anything to get where you want to be at. You got to have principles, you got to have morals, you got to keep with that stuff. And in that music business, a lot of that stuff get thrown out the window. You understand? And that's what happened to him. He started doing the things to other people that was done to him. To keep it frank, he was doing the things to other people that was done to him. And it is what it is. You got to know better. And if you know better, you will do better. When he was in New York City, he was like that gecko from the Geico commercial. Then he turned and started going, when he lived in Cali and Miami, he turned into Godzilla. I would see him talk about how he using drugs. He was never like that. Smoking cigarettes, smoking weed and everything like that. He turned into something that you could consider a monster, bro. Then he started doing things to people, you understand, that he learned. That's a learned behavior, bro. Now, I'm not saying that he may have been doing a couple of things here and there with women, stuff like that in New York, but the things that there's talking about that he was doing, bringing in prostitutes to have sex with his girl and all that stuff like that, that was some crazy stuff to me, man. So I'm just looking at this whole thing, man, and you had asked me, and we don't have these conversations like most people do. We're gonna go back and you're gonna tell me what, we're gonna talk about this. You said, I'm gonna ask you how you feel, bro. I don't want no man to ever go to jail and be leaving their kids behind, be leaving their family behind. You understand? But some dudes belong in jail based on what they do and how they do it. We know that to be true. And it's just this situation, man, when they get down to all the facts and all what happened, he may belong in jail, bro. And that's not my doing. That's not Cassie doing. That's his doing and his learned behavior from the people that mentored him. You gotta realize, man, he learned from Andre Harrell. He learned from Russell Simmons. He learned from Clyde Davis. You understand? When those people are telling you that they were heavy into the drugs, they was heavy into beating women and doing things at that age, at that crazy stage, that's gonna make him think that he could get away with the same thing that they was getting away with back then. You understand? The things that he was saying, you know, the touchy-feely between two men and all that stuff like that, man. All that, he learned that from them dudes. When I told y'all the story, when me and my man went up to Russell Simmons and he had a house and he had a man in bikini drawers in his bedroom, in his bed. You understand? Bruh, this is that he learned. I'm assuming he learned it from them.
It's not easy to escape the weight of your parents' actions, and people are already talking about how his sons will have to live with this cloud over them.
Let me put that, and I'm not gonna say alleged because I saw that for my own self. My man was with me, Slick was with me, and we saw that for our own self. You understand what I'm saying? So these are behaviors and things that with drugs and all the stuff that's going on, pills, drinking, it can make this man into a monster, and that's what it did, bro. It made him into a monster, bro. I personally feel like he got a lot of the things that he did from his mentor, and then he probably did it to the 10th power. You understand? Russell Simmons admitted that he was a drug abuser. You understand? Russell Simmons admitted that he used to put his hands on women. So it's a learned behavior, bruh. Some of that stuff may be in him through his childhood. Through his childhood, he may have some of that things in him, but a lot of things that he was doing was a learned behavior, bruh. You just don't just just turned in a matter of years, the way he was doing people, man. You understand? Check this out, bro. He led Biggs to his death. He caused a rift between Wolf and BMF that led to Wolf death. Cussed Wolf mother out. Lied about owing him $300,000. Cause you had asked me how I feel, and I'm gonna get into how I feel. Took a good friend of ours who raised money when he had the City College tragedy. A good friend of ours did things to make him popular in Harlem. Let him hang with us, be part of our crew the whole 9 yards. Disrespected him and wouldn't help him. This is how I feel about him being locked up and going to jail. Some people, their karma is so strong for what they do and what they did. The stuff that he did to Craig Mack. You understand what I'm saying? The stuff that he did to Black Rob and all those people in the spiritual world right now. His karma was about to catch up. It was bound to catch up with him. You understand what I'm saying? His karma was bound to catch up with him, brother. So all these things that's going on right now, the learned behavior, what he got from these people who was not living spiritually correct with their behaviors and the things that they've done. He go and transfer and do that to people with the fact of all these people that he's hurt, that always helped him and been on his side and been there for him. What's happening to him now is one of the greatest tragedies that we're gonna ever read about, bruh. This is going to be one of the greatest tragedies that Shakespeare couldn't write in Richard. He couldn't write it in Macbeth. He couldn't write this shit in Romeo and Juliet. This is going to be one of the greatest tragedies of hip hop, along with Pac's death, along with Big's death. And he brought it on himself because he knew that he was wrong, and he knew that he learned something that wasn't right. He know different from right and wrong, bro. You have a way to change. You know when something is right and when something is wrong, and you know if you wrong, you get help. He didn't choose none of that, bro. He chose to be who he is, and now he gonna learn. It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun.
Yeah. He's in most of them, if you think about it, right? With the stories that's coming up. By the way, think about, so Stephen A. Smith yesterday is doing a show with another guy that they have on, and the other guy says, this isn't just about Diddy. Diddy's life is on the line right now, and people, I mean, it's just, at any point, anything could happen to him. Forget about the fact that, you know, he's got a lot of risk on the line. Think about him, the comparison with him and Epstein, right? Here's a story. Meet Sean Diddy Combs' manipulator-in-chief who was once compared to Ghislaine Maxwell. Did you see this story?
Black Epstein.
Let me read this to you.
Please. Find that picture.
Christina Karam, chief of staff at Combs Enterprises and described as Diddy as his right hand, is alleged to be the manipulator-in-chief in federal investigation. As close source claims she knows everything about Combs' alleged sex trafficking activities. Although she's not been arrested or charged, the federal indictment accuses Combs of using high-ranking supervisors to facilitate and cover up the abuse, with Karam allegedly organizing freak offs involving sex workers and raids on Diddy's mansion, seized narcotics with over 1,000 bottles. In a separate lawsuit, Little Rod, Karam is compared to Ghislaine Maxwell, to Sean Combs, Jeffrey Epstein, and accused of ordering sex workers for Combs. Little Rod also alleges she made staff carry drugs for Combs. Okay. At this point, everyone knows Diddy's done. This isn't about Diddy. This is about anybody and everybody that went to that house or the other one, LA or Miami, that did anything after having 3, 4, 5 drinks.
Diddy always prided himself on creating an empire that his children could inherit, but now that empire looks like it's crumbling, and the shame of it all might be something his sons have to carry for the rest of their days.
And you went to a room and you don't know what happened. You don't know what's recorded. Those guys who went to those parties, they're all calling each other.
Oh, yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
100%.
They're all calling each other saying, oh, shit.
Dude, you were at that party, right? Yeah.
And you know what's going to, and not only, and by the way, all the people that are calling each other, then there is the last call. You know what the last call is? Who you're calling? Nobody. It's you and yourself. Ooh. You're calling yourself and you're saying, oh man, it's just you and Diddy and an imaginative conversation that you're having. Because you know Diddy's got the tape of what you did.
Oh my goodness.
So imagine those politicians, the athletes. LeBron's partied there many times.
Oh,
the
he's
celebrities,
hung out with
the
Barack
pastors,
Obama and everybody.
Exactly. Imagine those guys who are sitting there saying, hey, we have to get those tapes at all cost, ASAP. Then when they say, we have to get the tapes at all cost, here's the question. Who is we?
Yeah.
Who is we when you say we have to get the tapes? Who's we?
And what is the cost?
We is who?
At all costs.
But hang on a second. Who is we?
All the people, all the higher ups that
But who is we? Like let's just say all these Usher, all these people that have been to the freak off party. Do you have a clip of Usher at the freak off party, Rob, and what he says?
Well, here he is talking about living with
this
Diddy.
when he was a teen. Don't worry about this one.
Yeah.
But so all these people that went there, right? So, you know, when they say those people have the clip, say it's because this is typically how it will happen. Let's say this is one of the faces of the NBA.
Okay.
You're one of the faces of Hollywood.
Okay.
He's an incredible political leader on the left or the right or whoever, right?
Okay.
That person's a famous lawyer. This person's a singer. That person's a pastor. Say they have those clips. Number one, let's just go through it. If they have those clips. Number two, then they say who talks on their behalf.
Yeah, the lawyers, their people.
If he's a celebrity, who talks on their behalf? Their agent, their lawyer.
Yeah.
So now who knows?
Agent, lawyer, publicist, all these people.
So now who owns you?
Oh my God, all of
your
them.
Agent, lawyer.
Yeah.
The agent, lawyer who say, we have to get these tapes. And they get on that call. Who are the we that gets the tapes? Who gets the tapes? It's not the agent and the lawyer. Who gets the tapes?
It's not the person.
Who gets the tapes? Who took this? Who went to this guy's house?
The feds.
The feds get the tapes. Mm-hmm. So now who knows? Agent, manager, publicist, lawyer, fed. Once those guys have it, for the rest of your life, your loyalty is to them.
Wow.
You're owned.
That's it.
You have two choices. Either the public, your kids, your family knowing, or you're doing whatever they tell you to do. There is no arguments. I don't know if I'm painting a picture clear enough for you to...
you painted it perfect because it's all like the levels of like you're cooked. You can't do and now here's the thing. They have it that even if the FBI has all these tapes, God knows, because remember when the first time it happened, Tom, he got on the private, well, he wasn't on the private jet. They filled that private jet and it flew somewhere else. Remember?
Yeah,
it landed somewhere, Turks and Caicos or wherever the hell it is. But going even deeper, Pat, like now that he's in there, there's a possibility that he might talk. So like you said, there's a possibility that something's going to happen to him while he's locked up. Remember what happened with Epstein? The cameras didn't work. Security was lax. He hanged himself, whatever. And then that girl, the girl that hasn't been arrested, you think she's feeling safe right now? His gatekeeper, Karam, what's her name? Christina Karam. She has to watch herself too, because I'm guaranteeing they're talking to her. They're going to say, you won't go to jail if you tell us everything.
Well, I want to know what the second and third arrest is, because racketeering requires it is an organization and a pattern. That's what's in RICO. That's why you get the mob. Multiple people selling drugs over and over again, importing illegal alcohol without tax stamps, which is big in South Florida even to this day.
That's what they call
the rum.
Organized crime.
Correct. So it's like, so the question is, who else is going to be arrested? Because if he's being charged with racketeering, who else is in the racket? There's at least one other person. So it's at least two, and it's a pattern.
Well,
And-
just look at the Epstein example. It was him and Ghislaine Maxwell. It could have just been Diddy and this Christina Koram, chief of staff of Freak-a-Leak Enterprises out here.
And everybody else. Let's say there was 5 in Epstein. Let's say there was 5. Those other 3 are informants now, and they're not charged,
Right.
and we won't know their names.
Well, Pat, you remember what we learned about, what was it? His last name was Black, Leon Black?
Yeah, Leon Black.
Why did he pay hundreds of millions of dollars of fees?
Estate planning.
Right, when you should have paid $10 million maybe?
So by the way,
he had something on
by
him,
the way,
potentially.
this is why he walks around as if he owns everybody. You ever seen the movie with Sean Penn? Who is he playing? He's playing that criminal in L.A. where he's at the top of that one building. Who's he playing, Rob? You know what the movie is. Sean Penn, the freaking sick
Not Benny
movie.
Blanco from the
Not
Bronx.
Benny Blanco. No, Sean Penn. He was a lawyer in that Benny Blanco. Sean Penn plays the criminal. He was a crime boss. He moved from Chicago to... Guys, you know this movie. Not Mystic River. What is the movie that
Gangster Squad?
Gangster Squad, okay? So Gangster Squad, let me see, Gangster Squad. Do you remember how Gangster Squad ends?
Now, here's where it gets even crazier. Sources are whispering that Cassie, Diddy's ex, and Jaguar Wright could be going into the witness protection program after flipping on him. If true, this would be the ultimate twist. Cassie, after allegedly enduring years of manipulation and control under Diddy, could be using this moment to finally escape and start a new life under government protection.
I don't remember this.
Have you guys ever seen this movie? Vinny?
No,
You
who's in
told,
it?
I think you might have told me to watch it.
Don't show. No, we can't show
I
this
don't know
stuff. No,
what
pause
you-
it. No, meaning like, Rob, we can't show it to the
No,
audience.
they didn't show.
So Gangster Squad is the story of Mickey Cohen. Mickey Cohen was a boss and a half.
Oh, really?
But Mickey Cohen owned all the judges, all the cops, everybody, until one flippin' annoying cop he could no longer buy. There was this one cop that is like, dude, I can't effing buy this cop. This effing cop is starting to piss me the F off, right? You know what happens when he eventually gets with this cop? He realized you can buy everybody except for this guy. That guy puts a team together to go take this guy down and eventually take him down. This movie depicts how I believe Diddy feels. He feels like the untouchable. I guarantee you, if I have a one-on-one conversation with Diddy with no camera on, and we're just there sitting there talking, no phones, no camera, no mics, nothing. And he was comfortable, loose, late at night, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning at his peak, he would brag about how much of an untouchable he is because everybody fears him. That's what this guy felt he was. That's a man that doesn't fear God. That's a man who wants to be God. And when you flirt with wanting to be God, let me tell you, there's only one thing around the corner for you. A massive fall.
Yep.
A massive fall. One time I put something on my affirmations, which was one of the most best affirmations I ever put. Stop trying to be God. That job is already taken. Stop trying to be God. Because it was like, what if we do this? And what if we do that? And we can do this. And no, you can't. There's 90%. You don't have control of a lot of things that's going to happen with life. This guy wanted to play God, and he's not paying a price for it. You do not ever flirt with this.
Yeah.
This is the worst thing in life to flirt with. And you're getting destroyed for it. And a lot of people are going to pay a price. For the last 9 months, we built this news site, hired 15 machine learning guys. If you haven't yet subscribed, there's 3 tiers. Freemium, $4.99, $19.99. $19.99 gives you the whole thing. Lopsided timelines. You can find out AI questions, unlimited questions. It costs us a lot of money the more questions you ask, but this is not just like any question you want to ask. You can go on there and type in, like, here, go to the first one right there. What does it say? What are the top 5 events today? Let's type that and go to it, Rob. Let's see what it comes up. It answers the questions for you with our AI. It's got the lopsided stories. Here we go. So based on the recent news articles, here, United States ranks amongst the lowest developed nations overall healthcare performance despite spending the most on healthcare. Nevada Secretary of State Cisco Aguilar is focused on election integrity and workers' protection, including passing a bill. This is just right now, like what people are thinking about right now, the last hour. Over 20 women have been accused of the late billionaire Mohammed Al Fayed of sexual assault, including 5 claims of rape, as revealed in a BBC documentary. Anduril Industries has partnered with Microsoft to enhance the U.S. Army's integral visual augmenting Interesting. Augmentation system, integrating its lattice software to improve. Cool. Various organizations are working to protect voting rights and enhance civic engagements as 2024 engagements are coming around the corner. There's so many different elements to VTnews.ai. This is going to be the aggregator many will be using moving forward. I want to encourage you, go to VTnews.ai, Rob, put the link below in the chat section, comment section. Go test it out for you.
Hey, man, we finally got you on the platform, man. I've been trying to get you on the platform for a good minute now, man.
Oh, man, I'm glad we made it happen. When I look in there, I'll be telling people like, man, go ahead and hit Sean. You hit this guy right here, he gonna get it done. Cause you hit me, bro, I'm gonna talk circles, you know?
Yeah, shout out to Sean, man, for making this happen, man. Cool dude. So before we get into the interview, refresh the audience memory on where they might know you from.
Well, I'm Freddie P. You know, I'm from Making the Band, Platinum group. I'm from Liberty City, Miami, Florida. I'm like 1/6 of the band. I always been the one that was like, you know, standoffish, always the quiet one. You know how that be. You always got one in every group.
Yeah, you was the quiet one that didn't care, man. You ain't care who Diddy was, man. But I gotta ask you, speaking of Diddy, how you feel about the situation he going through right now?
It was to me honestly, and this ain't no slight. It's just I like to see people get they just do. Like if he was innocent, I'd be speaking up like leave that man alone because I hate bullies.
And Jaguar Wright. She's been speaking out about industry secrets for years. If she's now involved in this takedown, it could mean she has serious dirt that's helping the authorities put Diddy away for good.
But if I don't feel like he's guilty, I just feel like, bro, it's there. Like all them people ain't lying, and then you know when a person lie because you know when a person lying, they ain't going into detail. Like it's certain things. And people always trying to blame Cassie, like, no, bro, like you ain't never been around a billionaire before, so you can't be around that. You don't know how to judge that situation when somebody like, it's kind of like the dude, you ever seen the commercial? They hold a daughter and you like, you gotta be quicker than that. They gonna keep dangling the money in your face. You gonna kiss like the carrot in front of the rabbit. You see the food, you gonna keep chasing it. And eventually you gonna feel like, why would I quit? And I done got to the 12th grade. Like who gets to the 12th grade and quit school? So if you go through so many levels of embarrassment, you know, whatever you want to call it, and then you get to where you feel like I surpassed a lot of stuff. I done did the worst of the worst. You go to feeling like, okay, I want to be compensated. But as far as his crib, man, I just feel like, man, they deserve it. You know what I'm saying? You see, he quiet. You gotta look at the surroundings. Like people like, why his friends ain't talking? Why? Whoa. First of all, everybody know this shit we've been talking about this shit since I was a kid. Everybody know. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no sitting around to be acting like it's brand new right now. That shit irritates me. Even when I see niggas scared to speak up, and all them niggas freaks. And when you see the ones speak up for them, it's because they got shit to hide. And they know when this shit come around on me, or if this shit come around on me, I'm gonna be looking for alliances. I'm gonna be looking for people to step up for me. You get what I'm saying? What's crazy to me, man, is some of the names that's popping on. I see Harv. Y'all don't know who Harv Pierre is. I do. This a nigga who like me and this nigga done had real like words to words. Like me and them niggas done went through real yeah. Like me and the nigga Diddy, you know what I'm saying? Nigga Diddy threatened me. He because I'm the type of person like, bro, if you around me, bro, you gonna see, bro, anybody I'm around, they gonna be like, ask Fred to ask because he listen to you. Or I don't know what it is, bro. So it's like everybody around was like, I guess of some time walking on eggshells around me and I guess in somewhat he had to feel he had to take back control of what his environment. Because when he got back in there, it was more like every time I'm in a mood, Nick is like, and he was like, yo, Playboy, money, what you think? Nick told me some shit about and what's so crazy is if a nigga threaten you like this, right? You laugh at a nigga like, man, get your funny ass from by me, boy. I'm gonna shoot you in your whoa. You know what I'm saying? This nigga threaten you, it hit different. You hear what I'm saying? Like, and I'm a gangster. Like, I done been in real, I done seen it. I ain't gotta talk about him. Just tell you ain't nothing he can show me that I ain't seen. You get what I'm saying? So when he said this to me, it hit a nerve. It was like, it was on some shit like one day I woke up, I was in the mood, I'm in the studio, I'm snapping, whatever. I don't want to be with, you know, when you around a bunch of goofies, you a street nigga. Sometimes you don't want to be around the nerds. Sometimes the nerds irritate you. So I'm in that bitch. I'm just frustrated with a lot of shit that's going on. Anyway, we get in a situation. We in front of everybody. Nigga like, he was like, man, money, man, what you think, you bad or something? He was like, nigga, I'll buy every house on your block. Shut every light off on that bitch, and when you come out, every time you come out that bitch, you'll get popped. So when another nigga tell you some shit like that, you like, get your animated ass out of here, goofy ass. You feel what I'm saying? When he tell you some shit like that, you go to picture him purchasing every house. You go to picturing every light on the block going on. And that shit silenced me. And for you to make that, people ask why I left the band. Like, that's why I left the band. Like, that's why I didn't do Dave Chappelle. Like, we got into that. My next time I got the chance to go home, because I had to, you know, you're a gangster. It's like, you know, when you ain't got your gun on, you got to play it off sometime. So I had to play it off. I tried to, man, listen, I don't even want to talk. It's because I don't know statute of limitations and stuff like that. But I tried to get his pussy. You feel what I'm saying? Like, he didn't know he was threatening. I'm pretty sure he know now. You know, he probably done been living in Miami long enough. He know now who he was threatening. He know how I'm rocking. But at that time, you know what I'm saying? He ain't know what my mind state was. I ain't got shit, bro. I ain't come for shit. I will be the one to put you on the news and me. You get what I'm saying? That's how I felt at that time. Like, boy, you threaten me? Like, niggas in the street don't threaten me. I'm going to war with real killers, and they ain't out there like this. You niggas I know standing on business, and you, that's how I felt. Like, oh, I gotta have you. And later on that night, I was trying to take his ass out. You feel me? Like, me and my dog, God rest his soul, we was in like a G-Wagon, and he had his little 2.2s. I had a little pistol on me, whatever. I had the Mac, he had whatever, and we was waiting on this pussy to come out. Because we had a meeting at 1 o'clock that night. So I knew in my mind that, okay, we got into this earlier that day, so my time frame was, let me get back. So from like 11, no, we got out there like 10:40 something. So from like 10:40, so we had to do a little homework or whatever. Made sure we could get right back to the West Side Highway, because it was like these little alleys and shit. So we had to do our homework, because out there, you got to make sure police ain't parked and walking around and standing on the block in Manhattan. So my mindset was different. It's dumb right now, and I'm glad I didn't, because I probably would have died or got a prison sentence or something like that. But it's just how he had me feeling after the conversation. And then, like, and he said some other shit. He was like, somebody, he was like, what? He was like, Nick, you could walk out the studio right now and somebody just walk up and pop you. He was like, I don't want to see you die or nothing like that, but Nick in the knee or something. He was like, he was basically like, you better control yourself. Like, you better humble yourself. And I done been there. I know how it is when you at Apex and you at the top with the big dog. He got to, you know, he probably ain't really want to do that. Our relationship was different. You get what I'm saying? Like, I was quiet. He respected me. He never really disrespected me. I seen him disrespect a lot of people. I seen him talk crazy to a lot of people. He had a lot of respect for me. You know what I'm saying? When we hung out, we talked about thug shit. Like, you know, we hung out one time. We went out to a club, and he put me one on my own. You feel me? Like, he bought me. I'm at the end of some couch. It's like it's Dame Dash. There's a bunch of motherfuckers. There's like dark as my type of environment, but it's quiet as everybody mind their own business.
If all this goes down the way it's shaping up, we're not just talking about one man's downfall. We're talking about the collapse of an entire legacy and empire.
And it's like a horseshoe couch. And he at the top of that bitch with like 8 bitches and shit. I done seen Puffy do some wild shit. I done seen Puffy like finger bitches in the club, like in front of everybody. Like, I done seen Puff do some wild shit. I ain't never seen no man-on-man shit, but in my mind, I already knew what was going on around me. I just didn't know it was hard. I didn't know it was certain niggas. And now when I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, he done got all of them. See, when I'm hearing what he offer, I'm like, oh, he done got them all. When you see all these rappers out here with this money popping up mysteriously and they looking like good investors and all that, no. Niggas on that Diddy package pen. You get what I'm saying? Oh yeah, you see niggas getting houses and niggas offering $20, $30 million for your butthole, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. And I can understand most of them niggas, pause, no Diddy. I can't understand, but I can understand most niggas. Most niggas is weak. Most niggas ain't from that. You get what I'm saying? They only there to provide. Most niggas can get drunk and get took care of. Most niggas, without money, could get slapped the fuck around in their hood. Like, without money, no nigga ever slapped me in my hood. Before, you could go ask my ops, and them niggas don't like me to this day, but they gonna tell you one thing about him. That nigga ain't nothing to be played with, boy. He gonna get in, he gonna get it in. Don't let him, you feel me? But And I'm gonna give them their respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know they stand on business. You feel me? It's just what real niggas do. But him, he gonna pick on weak niggas. He keep them. I see the difference of the relationships he have with them. He rather have, and I get it, cause I like hanging with nerds. Like sometimes when you a gangster, you want to be around the cool nigga. Like when you look at Jay, everybody like the nigga J Hood. It's a nigga from Chicago. He always talk about King Von, and they like, well, how these two niggas mix? Like, well, when you a nigga like Von, you want to be around the coolness. You don't want to be around the gangsters, the fake thug niggas, because you know what you really about. You on 10. So a little minor subject that this nigga might want to argue with somebody, your mind is, I'm finna go jump in the car and take care of that, because it ain't even about the mind state don't come from wanting to be a killer and want to be a thug. It's come from paranoia and not wanting to get caught first. People think you like that because you just like that. No, you like that because you threaten my life, and now I take it more serious than everybody else. Like, I fear you might come, so I'm gonna come get you on a way that you never seen before, or I'm gonna attempt to. Like, you know, not me. I'm just saying that's how I would that's how I would handle it. You know.
Right. But yeah, just to backtrack, Diddy, he told you directly that he'll buy every house on your block, and every time somebody come out, they'll get shot.
Hell yeah. He said, I shut every light off on that bitch. Now, picture that. You go to picturing it. It's him. You like, oh, this nigga can really do this shit. You hear me? Like, what the f? It ain't like no nigga in the hood. Man, trust me, man. Get put up. That was a different threat right there. Because you gotta understand, the man got my social. The man got my itinerary. So all that fake, I would tell my son, you know, you're gonna live to be 42 if you pick and choose your battles wisely, not be the most gangster nigga in the room. Ain't no such thing as the baddest man in the room.
And then there was the fight between who was the top rapper now, Nas and Jay-Z. And then the next thing you know, Nas has a nervous breakdown and he's taken out of the game, and it's all Jay-Z.
It's all Jay-Z.
It's all Jay-Z. And he was working with R. Kelly, and they were making so many records together. You know, they made all of those records together. They both fucked Aaliyah. They shared so much in common.
Real life.
It ain't real life. Just real life street stars. Know what time it is.
Now, I want to touch on a friend dying, but even before we get there, I got to ask you about 2001, Jay-Z Unplugged.
Yeah.
Jaguar Writers there,
Yeah.
Heart of the City.
Yeah. It's the 21-year anniversary.
It's the 21-year
this month.
anniversary, and I don't think we've seen nothing like that since. And I know you posted it. We're going to talk about the network, but I know you posted it and put it out there. I want you to touch on either the genius or the insanity of Jay-Z. This man, as far as what he's done since then, is, you know, either preordained, destined, or he had a plan.
Diddy's influence reached beyond music. He shaped culture, fashion, business, and even politics. But as the case grows against him, it seems like none of that power can save him. Life in prison is looking like a real possibility. And with witnesses like Cassie and Jaguar Wright allegedly turning on him, his fate could be sealed.
But it seemed like he geared himself towards it. But you were there to witness it firsthand from what he was back then. I just want you to, like, because, you know, not many people have a firsthand account of what this man is doing and what he's about to do.
In 21 years, I have never had anything to say about Mr. Sean Carter other than the fact that we had a pleasant working relationship and he was an excellent businessman.
21 years.
In 21 years. And after 21 years, what I will say to you is this. The first time I ever saw Jay-Z or even heard him spit a rhyme was at an MC battle, street battle in New York. But he didn't show up as Jay-Z. He didn't show up as the hottest rapper on the street. He showed up as the nigga that was with Big L.
Rest
For
in
those
peace.
of you.
Rest in peace, Big L.
Rest in peace, Big L.
One of the
That was the
dopest. One of the
sensei.
dopest. Yes.
Big L was who put Jay-Z on.
Without question.
And then Big L died, and then the next thing you know, Jay-Z. And then You know, he starts clienteling with Tupac and clienteling with Biggie and doing songs with Biggie and building a working, you know, camaraderie with Honeycombs and AKA Diddy. And
why do you give him the honeycombs? Why do you give him honeycombs?
Because he smacks so sweet. That fucking sodomite. Anyway, so yeah, then, you know, and then Reasonable Doubt was happening, and then Dame's in the picture, and Dame's building Rockefeller, and everybody's talking about Jay-Z. And don't get me wrong, there is nobody who loves Reasonable Doubt more than me.
At the time of.
Nobody. No, still.
Yes, to this day.
Still. Listen to me. I don't give a fuck how I feel about you. For me to have bad feelings about someone and not acknowledge art and its greatness or at its finest is hating. Maybe I don't fuck with you, but them shoes is hot, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be real. So I will never. Shit, I was just listening to Watch the Throne earlier this week, and that shit was enraging me. Cause I'm like, y'all motherfuckers was living for this fucking album and was Kanye. And then all of y'all made all of this money on this motherfucking dude, and now all of a sudden, who, him? Like he was good enough when you let him slump Just Blaze's fucking whole career. He was the shit.
That's the whole issue in itself.
It was worth putting Just Blaze on the line for, because Just Blaze was Rockefeller production until Kanye.
Yeah.
Who's Just Blaze producing for now?
That I don't know. Who is? Yeah, I'm about to say that I don't know. And he was the movement.
Where is Just Blaze?
Yeah.
I mean, he was making Ho's beats. You got Tidal. You're a billionaire. Where the fuck is Just Blaze?
That's the question.
Why is he's not at least an executive at Rock Nation? He's not at least an executive at Tidal?
At least.
Like I said, Biggie died, Tupac died. And then there was the fight between who was the top rapper now, Nas and Jay-Z, and then the next thing you know, Nas has a nervous breakdown and he's taken out of the game.
Like and subscribe. Bye.